Hello everyone, I am Sarah and welcome to our second episode of Investment and Business Development Talk Series. Today we'll be discussing on the arts, the painting of Nagaland. I am joined with such amazing creative personalities where we'll be discussing on the challenges, the setbacks, and the solutions for the emerging artists in Nagaland. And now I would like each one of you to introduce yourselves.
Okay, I am Thejavino Savi. I'm a visual artist and I've been self-taught. So I mostly work with dry mediums like charcoal, color pencils, and I am open to paintings as well. But yeah, I mostly work with color pencils. And then for me, I am based in Kohima, Nagaland. And then I mostly work from home. Yeah, home studio.
Thank you, sir.
All glory and honor to God. Bringing greetings from Threative. I myself, Bode Swuro, specialize in sculpture. I did my bachelor in fine arts, specialization in sculpture, 2023, and currently working with my team, Threative, along with my two other members. And here I'm representing my team.
Thank you.
All praises to God. First of all, I would like to thank the Edu Center, School of Business, and the IDEM for having us artists on this platform. My name is Tunabi Achuli, and I am the founder and director of the Artsy Naga, Artsy Naga School of Finance. We are located in the park in Fort Mike.
So thank you so much. We are so grateful for all of you to, despite your busy schedules, you have taken your time out to discuss on the arts that is emerging here in Nagaland. So to begin with, Thejavino, I want to ask you how your journey, your creative journey started and what are the challenges that you have faced in the past years?
So for me, I was interested in art since I was like 8, 9, and then it was like that. I wasn't very serious with it, but when I got into college, the pandemic started, and I was like, oh my god, I'm always home. And then since college started, I wanted to, have my own pocket money. And then during that time, actually, my mom passed away, so like we were short on money, because the medical expenses were very high for my mom. So I was like, I wanted to make money for myself. So it mostly started like that, and then I started focusing on art. Actually, I was studying business. So yeah, people were saying like, you'll get distracted with art, and then you won't be able to focus on like studies. But it happened like that, and then actually, the funny thing is that my studies actually improved, and then like from there, I was balancing both of them together, and then I was working on commissions as I was studying, and then I graduated like 2023, and I was the topper, luckily. So art helped me like with regulating my emotions, and then like it was mostly very therapeutic for me. So art helped me that way, and then eventually, like after I graduated, I started working from home. I was taking up digital art on digital marketing on the side, and then yeah, I've been promoting myself. I became more of a content creator, Instagram. So from there, I've been promoting my work, and then from there I've been growing.
Well, first of all, congratulations on how you have survived the struggles that you have gone through, and I'm sure your mother must be so proud of you. Well, coming back to the Three Actives, so how did it all started? I remember I went through an article, Morong Express. I remember, if that's correct. So the story, you gave a sneak peek of your story, how your journey started. But I want to ask you more to give more in depth, because the three friends from different backgrounds coming together, starting this sculpt culture here in Nagaland. What were the challenges, and what really inspired you to really begin this as a career for you?
Well, actually, Well, it wasn't in our plan or anything. Like we sorted out way before, like passing out. Like actually, the other two friends, they're my seniors from the college, and we passed out from the same university, and that's how we came with the idea, like over a cup of coffee, just like today.
Yeah.
Yes, we just discussed, and what if we it was something like very spontaneous, like what if out of what ifs, and we plan to stay together in a small rent in Kohima. Like it was my friend's place. So there we collected a few sum of money from our own pocket money, and that's how we started. And 2023 Hornbill Festival, that was our first group exhibition together out there. And we are also very grateful to the art and culture department for giving us the platform.
Well, thank you. How about you, say?
Okay. So, if I am to narrate how we started, I think Artsy Naga was founded officially back in 2018. But I had a group during my studies, uh, and I actually got into animation, VFX and animation. I was more into character designing, filmmaking, editing, and stuff like that. So during my second year, when I got into that, my motive was since I was so into animations, I wanted to um, pursue my career there and start working, try to find a job in Japan maybe. If there was anyone, any
Yeah.
interest view. So it also started like that for me as well. And but then during my second year, I came to realize that I would have to somehow get back to Nagaland, to my hometown. But I had another problem. So if I were to get back to Nagaland, what are the scopes? What opportunities do I have? So I did some background checking. There were not much back in the day, not even an institute of finance or even government, even in the government sector, like promoting the arts or anything like that. So I came up with a solution along my, I shared my thoughts and ideas to one of my mentors then, Savi. So she is the co-founder of Women Entrepreneurs Network. So she helped me construct this art center. And then, so the idea behind it was to promote the artists of Nagaland, to give them a platform, display, showcase their works, and take it to the next level. So that was my initial thought, and that's how I started. And I started my first exhibition. I did my first exhibition, was not a solo exhibition, but a collaborative effort, in collaboration with the Act of Kindness Society. They reached out to me. They started an Instagram page. Since I had already started promoting the artist on this social media platform. And so I decided to come back here. I decided to come here to Dimapur for a month, not just for the event. And that's how it all began with the first exhibition. Then I had to go back because I had not yet completed my studies. So I went back and after my completion, I came back again to Dimapur immediately. And then we started our first Artsy Naga's first solo exhibition. And we had such good fees and support from the artists as well, from the public as well. And that kept us moving forward. And, but as the years went by, I think we started organizing exhibitions like that yearly. We participated in the Hornbill festivals as well, which we participated for at least 2 or 3 years continuous. But then we came to realization that just exhibiting the works of the artist, established artist or struggling artist itself is not enough. I thought we should focus on the education itself, the grassroots level. That is to start from the grassroots level, and from the maybe kindergarten, nursery, so just from the high school level to, but you get what I mean, from the grassroots level. So, and to start from there, and then maybe keep a 10-15 year plan, continue resume with our exhibition plans and all this events and museums that we have in mind. So that is how Arts Naga School of Fine Arts also came into being. And unfortunately, it happened to be we started the year the pandemic started. So the month which we started, pandemic started in the month itself. So we had we struggled quite a lot. We had staff, so we had to pay them, and you might be surprised. But this isn't a shock considering the state of Nagaland and the art scenario here.
Yes, yes.
We started off with just one student. Last praise, there are now at least 100 or so students.
That's amazing.
We collaborate with schools and universities, colleges. So that's how we are functioning right now. That's how we started.
Well, it's so amazing how, all of you, despite your different backgrounds, your career, your studies, yet all of you are connected, and your journey started somewhere during the pandemic. So for most of us, when we talk about pandemic, that was such a tragic, right? But somewhere the light that shone in your career, it's all God's plan, and the blessings in disguise. Well, I'm so privileged to even hear such stories, like how your journey started, and despite the lack of support from the government, maybe from your friends, but we have already pulled off so well. And then I think one thing I realize is it's the consistency, and consistency is something our Nagas, the young youths, are leaking behind. Well, we'll come back to you again to your story, but for now, I want to move on to the Three Actives. The Three Actives. So who really came up with the name, and what was the inspiration behind that? Like, was it just over the cup of coffee, or tell us more?
Well, thank you. Actually, our team we have started in the year 2023. It was not in our plan or anything like that, but just over a cup of coffee, just like today, we met up, and we were just discussing about the works, how everything is going on, like updates, and we just came up with the idea, like, why don't we work together? It would be better, being a sculptor, it would be better to work as a team. So that's where the idea sparked. And we actually don't have any fundings, or like we are not aware of any platforms, but the Hornbill Festival kept us thinking, like, yeah, we should. And that's how the idea came up. And we plan to collect some few amount to start ourselves. So we manage a small rent, which is my friends, and we were there in Kohima. It was there in Chatubusti, so we started in just in a single room, and sometimes, yeah, we also work outside, where neighbors they notice us working, and we also got a lot of appreciations, and but it was quite challenging if to think like to source the material from outside,
Yes.
as it's not available here in Nagaland, and we have to link and contact people outside, and the transportation, everything. So it's quite challenging, yes. But somehow we managed, and we successfully exhibited there in Hornbill Festival, yes. We also got space to exhibit our own gallery, like one corner. That's what we have been provided by the art and culture. So we're so grateful.
Did you had any specific incident or any inspiration that grew, that brought you to have the name Three Actives or?
Okay, thank you. We were discussing about the. Uh, we didn't actually plan to name or anything like that, but we started off thinking like, why don't we open up a social media account like Instagram? So that's where we slowly discussed, and we were thinking of the name, but not very good with it. So we also took help from our friend. Yeah, over a month, like we discussed, and we also made a list like how to name it. Like, we have different names, and later on, like one of our friends suggested, why don't you go with the Three Actives? And also like the idea started from there, and then we think like, I think this is a good name. Like everything comes together, like the creative, the three of us, and then the creativity. So that's where we got the name.
That's amazing because that is such a good marketing strategy as well. Now that we are in a digital world, and then the creatives. When I heard the name first, I was also very, fantasized by the name Three Actives. And then I figured out, okay, there were three people, so maybe, But I wanted to know the in depth of how the name started. So yeah, thank you so much. Now coming back to Thejavino. So you mentioned that your journey started during the pandemic, and I have seen your work has been deeply rooted with our preserving our Naga culture and heritage, and it is something now our young youths really need to be preserving our Naga culture. So, do you think you chose the right field of promoting and preserving our Naga culture, our traditions through your painting, and how well is it like impacting to your audience?
Okay, so yeah, I mostly work with Naga culture,
Yes,
and then for me personally, it's connected to me in a way because since I was born and brought up in Kohima, so like I wasn't really taught about like our culture or like even in education system, there were like hardly any stories about our Naga culture or like
Yes.
barely any folk tales. Like just around class 9, 10, a few stories came up, but it was just that. So like I used to look at just the pictures inspire me, and I was like, oh my god, how are all these ornaments connected, like the
Yes.
patterns and everything. I'm like back then I wasn't really into our culture to be honest, but the more I looked into the pictures, the portraits, I was just like I was curious, and then from there I started like I was just looking at them like it would be so good to create this into art, and then from there like I started to learn about the ornaments, how each ornament has some like a different story behind the ornament, or like just the shawl, the pattern. Even from there, like so many stories came up. So from there, I was like very intrigued by it, and then so yeah, the way the culture impacts people is I think like Naga as a whole.
Yeah.
We are very in a way we are pulled towards it in a way, right?
Yes, yes.
So I think my art in a way it represents culture, and then like people are also uh, pulled into my artwork. And then I usually work with what to say, portraits. And then even last year I did artwork based on hornbill. So from there, like people are curious, and then like they ask me about it, and then even me, I'm also interested to tell them about the artwork, the tradition, the tribe, and then from there we interact with each other in that way. And then from there, I think that's how we interact with each other, and then people are curious. Even people from like other countries, they ask me about it, and that's how I love connecting with people in a way. Yeah.
That's amazing, that all of our arts are interconnected with the Hornbill.
Yeah.
Coming back to the Hornbill Festival of Nagaland, we talk about how we want to attract the tourist to promote our culture, our traditions. So do you think the government of Nagaland is doing enough to promoting the artist here in Nagaland?
To answer that question, of course, I think maybe seasonal, maybe during the Hornbill Festival, but I don't hear anything besides that. And even if it's during the Hornbill Festival, what I see them taking the department is doing is them reaching out to the artist. Um, because when we did the exhibitions, when we curated an exhibition during the Hornbill Festival, we would, sometimes you don't have to be too strict. You have to also abide by how the society is, the norms. So you have to be able to bend a little, and so that's what we tried reaching out to the artist personally, and or we give a shout out in our Instagram pages, social media handles, and try to share as much as possible so that the artists can reach out to us. Any unidentified artists from Maximilian can reach out to us and would be able to exhibit their works. So if steps like that could have been taken by the art and culture department, it would have been impactful because they have been there for decades. And I haven't heard of anything as such like of the department trying to promote art and culture. Maybe they do launch books and stuff like that occasionally. That's what I've noticed. And maybe they do have the art galleries, the art museums in few districts, but in few of which I have visited, it's almost like a storage room. It's a very dusty, it's not promoted the way it should be. So we are not doing justice enough, not doing enough justice to our culture, to the arts and the culture of our state. And so and also in regards to the question again, the things they could have done, like say promoting the art and culture doesn't only mean like funding. It can start from cataloging, from documenting the works of the artist, exhibiting the works in the way it should be, and there is a need to clarify the works of the artist. But then that is also important. I'm not saying that shouldn't be taken off, but I think we should also try and focus more on the living artists. That's what every artist in the world it's their grievances. So I think if the art and culture department or be it any concerned department, who is capable of helping the artists of Nagaland, or if they could think of this as revenue generating, profession. Say, for instance, commerce industries and commerce. So, just giving an example, like I think if thoughts have, if they really put their thoughts into it, like they could actually help the artists. So yeah, I think they're not doing just enough, but it could be done better.
Thank you. I would want the two of you also to add in more because, first of all, you're both based in Kohima and the Directorate of Art and Culture. And I think you've been working closely with the government client, if I'm not wrong, or I don't know, but you've been associated with IDAN as well. So what are the initiatives that, like, that can be put up together as a young emerging artist from Nagaland? As Arthur has already mentioned, some of the few initiatives that can be taken up. So please add a little.
Like Sarah have said, he already mentioned, but it'll be really great if they can promote this art and culture through the exhibition or like workshops, like seminars, like bring in some senior artists and also like some professionals like from the outside if they can invite, or the least they can do is like promote the children's, the upcoming artists, those studying in the schools, like the children's workshop, and that way like the artists, present artists, like they can also help, like helping one another. Yeah, that's what I believe.
So yeah, I agree with them, both of them. And then about promoting artists, I also noticed that it's usually like galleries or even Artsy Naga. They were the first one to promote me, by the way. That was my first promotion by anyone. So yeah, I'm grateful to you. And then yeah, it's usually private sectors who promote artists, never the government. I don't think I have like in my journey, government, they have never approached me in that way, and promotions also. So yeah, I think like even the least they can do is somehow like be interactive with social media. I'm like a content creator, so yeah, be interactive with the social media as well, and then like even like promoting through their social accounts in a way, so like people can be more aware. And then I feel like the Department of Art and Culture, they can also bring in like artists, and then show the world that artists are also doing well, because there's a stereotype, right? There's a stereotype that artists like, and what, there's no scope. People say that now, so
Yeah.
like cutting off those stereotypes, and then like bringing in like successful artists, or maybe not, like just bringing in artists, and then like showing the world that artists are also like doing something. Not they're not just we're not just like just idle. And then showing the success stories of artists also can also help people be more aware, and then like even the public awareness regarding the field of art, and then so that people can be more open towards artists.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my opinion.
Thank you. But it's true that Nagaland is, being stereotyped by the orthodox thinking of, all your children should get a white collar job. But that's not it. And in fact, the three of you sitting here today is an example it's an inspiration for the young youths, to choose something, choosing their talent rather than keeping their dreams aside for their parents' expectations. Yes, of course, definitely our parents are doing so much for us, but breaking the barriers and being the forerunners there, I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for the work that you've been putting up. So maybe do you have any initiatives or any appeal to the government of Nagaland where they can pull off the artists together? Any say on that?
I mean, I have always had this wishful thinking of, the government of Nagaland setting up a state of the art, not like the IMC hall,
Yeah.
but but definitely a genuine state of the art. Um, art gallery, art museum. Uh, I have always had that wishful thinking, and also, I also came to I heard some news regarding uh, the Nagaland University implementing a syllabus on the fine arts, so which is a good step, I should say, because um, the institutions here in Nagaland have been taking affiliations from the other states. And we have actually been, struggling to get affiliations as well to open an institute. But now, I don't know when this will happen. But as far as, I'm concerned, or the news keeps, hitting my ears, I was informed that they are currently working on a syllabus, so which is a good start, I should say. And regarding the promotion or uplifting the artists of Nagaland, uh, as I've mentioned, the state of the art gallery, art museums. So regarding the earlier message which I said, I just a minor correction. It's a state of the art regarding the state of the art whole. It wasn't the IMC. It's just a friend of mine, so it just kept popping my head. I was referring to the town hall actually.
Both of you, since you are an independent artist, so what do you think? Do you think effective collaborations, and effective initiatives coming together from not just depending solely on the government, but as an independent artist, do you think the effective initiatives that the steps can be taken, and maybe that can have a powerful impact in the art field here in Nagaland?
Yeah, collaborations are definitely very helpful. I've worked with two different collaborations, and that has helped me a lot to grow as a person and even as an artist. Because through collaborations, I was able to network with people and then reach out to more people. So last year's collaboration was with a Japanese brand, and then from there it was a lot of exposure for me. And then through promotions and all that, I was able to spread my work to variety of people. And then this year, Tafma was in collaboration with Meta Arts and Kate. So it's related to Nagaland and Wales. So from there also, it really helped me a lot as an artist. The collaboration really, it really helped me promote myself. And then even as a person, I was able to focus more on interactions as well, because for us artists, I think it's also important to explain our works, because that also because our work sometimes we just put it up there and then we don't explain also na. So I think it's important to learn those skills as well. So that really helped me in collaborations, and then to even expose myself to a very huge crowd, a very global audience. So it was nerve-wracking but also very empowering.
So my question to you is, the idea of reviving back the sculpting culture here in Nagaland, what did you have any challenges, or because like say our young youths are very ignorant of educating themselves in certain fields. So how has the journey been, and what was the impact or any challenges?
Yes, we quite have a lot of challenges. Like it's a very painstaking job, I would say. We usually do work from the start to finish by ourselves, and through our own experience, we have we have been experiencing in need of space, in case, say, for example, when we got a large scale project,
Yes, yes.
like say 40 feet, we did in Viswama, we couldn't do it in our studio, so we had to travel there and stay over there and work. So like expenses and everything comes up, so we had to like deduct from there from our own earnings.
Yes.
And yeah, like and also the pricing, like many people, they just ask the price, and mostly like the people, the common people, like the locals,
Yes.
like they're interested, but also when they get to hear the price, like they just ignore or leave us. So like, yeah, though it's still challenging, we love this way because like we are not overcharging or something, but yeah, that's the main problem being a sculptor. And also like the new medium, the materials are not from here, like we source it from outside. So yeah, everything comes up. So the main two things is the space and like the pricing, and then yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your honest, your, your honest answer, I should say. And now, as we're coming to the conclusion, I want to take this time and thank each one of you for having the open mind of discussing the struggles, the challenges that you have faced, and also sharing the solutions, the initiatives that not just the government of Nagaland, but as an independent artist also could take up. So before we end up our talk show here, I want each one of you to maybe send a message to the young emerging artist, someone who is looking forward to building a career in this particular field, or a message to the government of Nagaland. Please kindly take turns.
Okay. So first of all, I'm like very thankful to get this platform, and then like to interact with just not just you guys, but also to reach out to a variety of audiences, especially the young ones who are looking forward. So my message will be like, just follow your passion, be it art or anything. Just follow your passion, and then like don't even think of what if I don't get like opportunities? What if I don't get exposure? What if I don't earn enough from my passion? So don't worry about that. Like whatever you do, if you're passionate enough, like you love to do what you do, and then like you don't have to worry about what people say or you're earning. So those are like not necessary as long as you're happy, and like as long as you are doing what you love. So that is all, and that is what you should focus on. Yeah.
To all the young dreamers and creatives, I want to say your passion is your strength. Don't let anyone take that away from you. And the being a freelancer and an artist, I have learned that the biggest mistake is not giving a try.
Yeah.
And it feels okay to be unsure of what you do, but never let that stop you from trying. Always keep pushing, keep working, and keep striving.
That's such a beautiful message. Thank you, sir.
Okay, what was the question again?
Yeah, any message to the young artist emerging or looking forward to build a career in this particular field?
Okay. I think I might have to add more than that. First of all, our previous conversations have been mostly towards our grievances,
Yes, yes.
complaints,
Yeah.
regarding the departments, but and few solutions, of course, maybe. But also at the same time, I would like to, just send out a message to any artists, like, from Nagaland, trying to break through or trying to find a job, you know, Artsy Naga would be more than happy to, train them and to help them, secure a job. Maybe it wouldn't be like, a very high paying job, but then you earn what you work for. So we could help you in that. So feel free to reach out to us for any struggling artists, for any guidance or any assistance. If you feel that we could provide, then maybe kindly do not hesitate and do reach out to us. And also, try not to be too dependent on the government or any other individual. Of course, you should try and reach out to them as well. Try to, but reaching out to them, but then at the same time, you should first have a decent, proper portfolio, and then only you can, reach out for maybe sponsors or investors. So because people wouldn't just invest in your work without seeing your work dedication. And one thing I noticed from the artists of Nagaland, where their inconsistency, like they just for the hype they would do it for a month or maybe a year, but eventually they would just give up. So if you really want to be a true artist, if you claim yourself to be a true artist, then try not to give up and continue doing what you're doing. Somehow God will always find a way for you. God will always be there for you. You just have to have faith and believe in yourself and have this consistency, be persistent, towards what you are trying to achieve. And also maybe for the artists of Nagaland, try not to focus too much on no, one thing I noticed from the artists of Nagaland is I was asked by a client, to show some, a catalog of the artists. So I collect paintings from various artists, and I have them cataloged just in case a client asks for, any artworks. So it hasn't been long since I showed my our catalog, and containing the works of, artists from Nagaland. And the client asked if we have any, colorful, joyful works. So then it hit me, like, I came to realization that maybe, your work is a reflection of your thoughts. So maybe our works also reflects in a way like our thoughts, in a sense. We are always focused on surviving. We are always depressed. The artists are always depressed, so it reflects our work. And that it fails to deliver such joyful, colorful works. Maybe few of them provides that, but most of the artists which I've collected so far, they have always submitted and such type of works. And this I just discovered recently, noticed recently. So I hope the stakeholders are also receiving this message, and try not to try to uplift the artists from this depression. So that would be my request to any stakeholders. And for the artist, coming back to the artist, I would say try focusing not just on portraits or just within this reach, within this Dimapur or Nagaland, but I think you can also try and focus the overseas. When you have an ambition, you focus on when you have an ambition that focuses only on the society, on your society, within your society, it restricts you from achieving heights.
Yes.
But when you start to actually think about producing your works on a large scale, or producing your works that could reach overseas, export overseas, then there's so much market out there, so you can create on your original works as well. At the same time, try to focus on the productions as well. That would help employ the youth of the Nagas. For instance, if you start a production unit, then definitely you're currently employing at least 1 to youths from Nagaland, right? So similarly, in my case as well, we also employ people. So just giving an example, like this is how we can contribute to the society, and let's not be too focused on complaints and always sharing our grievances. We should try and do the best we can. So just a message to all the artists. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, that concludes our episode 2. And yes, I do agree that this whole talk series, we talked about our struggles, our challenges, and our stories, our journey that all started. And somewhere we were too focused on the lack of the support from the government of Nagaland. But indeed, at the end, we are ending on such a positive note. Like said, he has beautifully crafted the message for not just for the artists, but for the people of Nagaland as well. So I really hope that through this talk series, this would be an eye-opening and would break the barriers, the challenges for the artists in Nagaland. And thank you so much for tuning till the end. See you in the next episode.